We'll get started. Zach Allen.
Hey, Coach Silas. Before the first half of the season ended, you mentioned about being optimistic, but you also mentioned about being in the film room. What did you observe about this team in the film room during the All-Star break, Coach?
A lot of things. Our defense has been pretty good overall. I guess I think we're 10th in defense as a team. Our offense has been disjointed a lot because of our lack of continuity and chemistry as a group. There's certain plays and certain actions that we need to explore more of. There's some things we have to do less of on the offensive end. But I think the overall theme watching the film was that there were really like 3 parts to the season. There was the early part when we had James, and then there was the middle part when we were kind of coming together as a group, and Christian was our center, and Vic and John were on the floor except for back-to-backs, Eric coming off the bench. And then there was the third part, which is the most recent part, where Christian has been out and we've had just a rash of injuries and this I guess like not being connected as a group. So kind of evaluating those 3 sections is kind of what I did over the time period, and it's hard to kind of weave those together. Hopefully when everybody comes back, it'll be more like that middle section than it was the first or third section.
Christos Saltis.
Hello, Coach. I would like to ask you, how could you describe the atmosphere in the locker room before of that game, and how hungry are your players about tonight's game?
Atmosphere is good. Everybody's happy to be back. Everybody's happy to have a break and get away from it for a little while and kind of clear their minds, clear the air. And yeah, we're excited to play a game tonight. It's been a long time since we played a game. We're gonna be shorthanded again, but you know, we're gonna come together and really fight for a victory tonight.
Mark Berman.
Stephen, can you update us on your injured guys and give us a starting lineup?
Yeah, so John is out, Eric is in, and then the other guys like Wood, Nwaba are out as well. And then the starters, I'm going to hold on to the starters until game time.
Okay.
Adam Spolin.
So with John out, I'm assuming that Kevin will play at some point tonight?
Yeah, he's going to play.
What do you kind of envision his role to be for this game?
He's going to get some backup minutes. He's going to have the ball in his hands. He will initiate some offense. He'll be off the ball a little bit, just basically getting a chance to get his feet wet within our system. It's very different than, even though we run a similar system and very similar plays to what they did when he was with the Vipers. It'll be a different experience for him playing with this group and kind of trying to figure it out. So I'm excited to have him out there and see what he can do. But yeah, he's going to be in a backup role and not play too many minutes, I wouldn't think. But with John out, maybe he has to play a few more.
Jonathan Thagan.
Hi, Stephen. What happened with John? Did it happen in practice yesterday?
Yeah, it was like, I guess it was one of the last plays of our scrimmage yesterday, and he got kneed in the side of his knee that isn't great. So he woke up with pain and stiffness, and we're trying to work that out.
What do you have any feel for tomorrow with him, Victor, Eric?
I don't.
Which leads to it, not just you guys, even around the league, everybody has such a compressed schedule. In your case, 5 and 7 days starting tonight. Do you guys have to almost err on the side of caution where to sit guys out where maybe normally you wouldn't, just because there is no break in the schedule now?
Yeah, We do. To answer your question, yes, we have to be careful and cautious and understand that these are guys who have been off basically for 5 or 6 days, and now they're coming back. They had one practice and now are going into a back-to-back in 5 and 7. So we have to be smart and conscious of really looking out for the individual and their well-being, while also being very conscious of what's good for the group and winning games. So it's a fine line that we walk, but we're always going to be very conscious of what's important as far as each individual player and their health.
Thank you.
Adam Spolin.
Just one follow-up on Kevin. I don't know if it's even possible, but the way that you have it mapped out with him, do you want him on the floor with certain guys?
At this point, it's not really possible because of our injury situation. As we move forward, it'll probably be, hopefully it'll be a little bit more consistent, and we'll be able to have him out there with certain guys and not having him out there with guys where he can't play to his strengths. So yeah, the way it is right now with all of the injuries that we have, he's just going to be out there. House also, I forgot that he's out as well. Yeah, right now we don't have the luxury of picking and choosing who he's going to be out there with. At some point, hopefully we will, though.
Brian Bearfield.
Coach, I apologize if you answered this question already, but what was your message to the team coming into tonight? It's the second half of the season, new start, and I know that the losing streak still comes with you. But what was your message to them that this is a brand new start?
Yeah, I was very much tilted towards recharge and reset. We have an opportunity to come together. We have an opportunity to get healthy, and I think yesterday in our practice when we had Christian out there and we had Victor and John out there together and we had Eric and KP with the second team, we saw what we could be, just like a glimpse of how much better we can be when we're whole and we're healthy. So that was my message to the group: is stick with it, keep a great attitude, keep playing hard, make sure that the break is something that we can take advantage of as far as the injuries and the mindset and kind of using that as a reset for our group. But, the injury part has been a big part of it, and we understand that as a group we got to come together, and it's next man up mentality. But the reality is once these guys get healthy and back, there'll be a lot more positivity around this group.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.